everybody. Welcome to another wonderful day of Lust and Dust. Thirsty Sword Legends. I did the thing again where I looked over at Taylor's audio source and was like, fuck, I'm muted. I'm not. I'll figure it out eventually. How are y'all doing today? How's everyone going while I go find the pinned message that is the
I'm
intro
doing
to this
great.
channel that I
How's
forgot.
everyone else doing?
I'm gay.
That's true.
That's great.
You are.
And that's perfect for today.
Yeah.
You're doing GAYT. You're doing gate.
Gate.
Love it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Entropy Emporium. I found my script. Thank you for joining us at the nexus of chaotic fun and creativity, where adventurers roll dice and digital realms come to life. Hey, how about y'all embrace the entry of our community as we celebrate the unpredictability of tabletop stories and the dynamic worlds of video games, and enjoy each other's company by joining the Discord, coming to hang out, following the social, be a part of the chaos and order and fun and creativity that is here. Today, we're going to bring some of that by playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians again for episode 3 of Lust and Dust. Is that where we're at? Hell yeah. We don't have Kian to remind me what day is, but come Thursdays for harps. Wonderful game. Oh, someone who's in chat? Someone help me. I don't know if JT's still here. I think it's Saturday. I think it's literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday for streaming. So I'm gonna say it, and if I'm wrong, I am so very sorry. I pinned the intro script and not the schedule like a dum-dum. But hey, if you follow the Discord or follow the socials or the Discord, you'll know all about it. As we have 3 wonderful games going at the moment for the kickoff of this channel, bringing us all together. Before we get into what today is, I want to have a moment to just go around the table for everyone to remind us who they are and who they are playing today. I will go maybe in the order I've been going previously. I don't know, but it starts with Blair.
Always me. Hi, I'm Blair _ Canadian Moose all over the place. I play Rumble. And Rumble, we still don't know where her sister is. We thought she was dead. She wasn't, as far as we know, but she might still be.
She at least wasn't dead there.
She wasn't dead there. R.I.P.
Kombucha dead sister.
R.I. possible.
R.I.P. Who was dead? The chick that
lots of people. Lyra was the one that was talking.
Lyra, R.I.P. Lyra. That's right.
They all had names that no one ever asked for before they were dead. Herman and Soren were there too. You were. Look, this was also the first time y'all met the matriarch, and like clearly she was the star of the show, and that's fine because she's hot.
That's true.
So valid. Let's then go down to Taylor.
Hello, I'm Taylor. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Caspia Seeker, who also uses she, her pronouns. And you can find me online most places as Roll for Felicity or Taylor Felicity. Either one. That's me.
Yeah, let's go over to Layla.
Hi, I'm Layla. You can find me on Twitter. And I'm playing Rolly, who uses they, them pronouns and has some things to say, baby. On to the next one.
Love it. Then let's wrap it up with Ashton.
What is going on, Power Bottoms? Welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. I've IBS, and that's okay. Hi, I'm Ashton, and I'm playing Amory, who is doing really good mentally, and that's true.
Is it?
Healthy coping mechanisms.
Love it.
I'll wash your brain for you.
And then I am Taylor, your storyteller for today and every Friday until we wrap this bad boy up. I made the mistake of seeing if I could find the middle of this ball of yarn while doing this. I fell in the middle.
Girl.
Found a whole lot of it. Oops. I just need something to fidget with. I'm not even going to make anything currently. I've made myself a mess for no fucking reason. But yeah. 1 XP to the first person to tell me what happened last time. Go.
Oh God.
We found a
went
magic crystal. We
cave.
found a ghost. Someone tried to kill us.
There was traps.
There were traps.
Yeah, there was a crystal. There was not my sister. My sister's with bandits.
Bandits.
I think the bandits. So now
My
we're
theory
going.
is that your sister is working with the bandits.
No.
Oh.
I just think that'd be a cool plot twist.
They'll tell me all your theories. I'll
Double-crossing,
make them
no
happen.
good.
Yeah, let's
Again,
all give our
Larry.
game theories.
Yeah. Y'all want to just plan the rest of the campaign for me? What do y'all think's gonna happen?
Yeah, we'll just say it all right now, and then Taylor takes her pick.
I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, that could happen. Wonderful. I'll give it to both of y'all because Taylor came in more coherent at the beginning, but Blair caught up there with detail.
Can Mulaney in chat also get an XP? Because I just like the comment. There was wild sexual tension, but that's every episode.
Yes, that is so
You're right.
valid. That should be just the first thing for every recap of what has gone down.
Did you say we do get XP? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
yeah.
I miss it every week when you say who gets XP. I'm like, me?
You. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much y'all fought some of the Dust Reavers, including 2 that may have had some sort of past with Anne-Marie that people have picked up on, but we don't know anything about quite yet. But you made it drop down into the temple past some discarded items of the previous Outlanders that y'all are looking for, as well, or Outriders, what I call it, Outlander? I don't remember what I called them. As well as, some traps and some ghostly interventions, interventions here as, one tried to stop you from getting hurt. Kind of
Not
worked.
well.
Oh well, not at all.
Just don't. You shouldn't grab someone from behind. If you're a ghost, don't grab someone from behind.
What were they supposed to do?
I'm gonna say, even
rule
if
for
you're
everybody.
not a ghost, maybe don't
Yeah.
grab someone from behind.
Yeah.
True.
And this has been Layla's consent PSA.
There you go.
Just ask first here. Next time Lara's learned to just absolutely shove you to the ground from forward. So you don't have the
shove
chance
me
to
into the trap
jump.
and then I'll understand what's going on.
Yeah. But you found 3 of the 4 missing people from your camp. Unfortunately, all of them had died at the hands of what looked to be kind of these construct guardians, as well as you found out later, maybe some of the Dust Reavers from a certain group of it, also known by Anne-Marie. Started to make your way out with this green glowing crystal that seemed to create the life that kept the temple together, and then it wasn't held together anymore. I'll go whoever wants to pick up first. I'm not going to force anyone unless no one talks. Wants to kind of narrate some cool shit or some fumbles they may have had in the escape of this crumbling old temple library guardian place.
Anne-Marie definitely did an Indiana Jones rope swing.
Like some of the floor was already starting to go down in one section, and so you grabbed a vine. It was a vine. It was not a snake. Yeah, and also like my hat definitely was about to be under like a crushing debris, and I grabbed it the last second. Yeah.
I think that Rolly did the thing where the floor was crumbling underneath them, but then did the thing where they ran on the like rocks that were falling and like leaped off and ran. Yeah, exactly. And then grabbed like the solid piece on the other side.
I'm so mad at both of you because both of those were what I was gonna say put together. So somebody else go. I have to think of something else.
I'm so
now.
sorry.
No, that's
No,
really
make
kick-ass.
yours really long and convoluted.
Okay, I'll think about it.
While you're thinking, I'll say mine, which is probably not what you were gonna do, which is I'm gonna use I think I use my mental bond with Poppy to have her like kind of go to a part where like the ceiling is more open and like put her tail down so that people could like climb up her to like get out.
Yes. Good girl, Poppy.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that there was some kind of like maybe like from a barrel. There was like a broken barrel, so but only half. So it's just kind of like a board. And then there was a broken like like the candles where it's like the tall candlestick, but then it like kind of bends out like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
all this sand starts falling and maybe Rumble's at the back and the sand kind of starts like moving really fast. So instead of trying to run through that, Rumble's going to jump on and start like surfing, but then take the long candle piece and shove it into the front. So now it's kind of more like a push skate thing. And it's just kind of direct that through and then will grab the tail and pull up from that, and it's like a slow-mo like "Wah," grab. we don't know, and then there's like an anime like episode end, so then you don't see till next
Oh,
week.
Yeah, that's where the
Yeah.
cliffhanger is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
yes, yes, yes.
Love it.
Was that long enough? Was
Absolutely.
that good?
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely. You all make your way, grab onto Poppy. She'll kind of help pull each of you up at a time as you land back onto a bit more solid soil or sand. I think she'll probably kind of pull y'all back a little bit to be like, this is where the ground's not moving, and get you to the right spot where you see now almost like a sinkhole is starting to begin as the sand just keeps getting pushed down in here. Before after a bit there's just a big divot kind of in the ground with a few pieces of very quickly disintegrating roots as well as pieces of stone and such are left behind, and the winds post the sandstorm are already starting to push more sand in to cover it up. So the whatever else may have been in that temple now lost to time and cave in. Granted, quite a few of the pathways already were, including one that Lyra seemed to suggest risky, and the Dust Reavers had exited through previously. But now that you are up on the top, you can kind of breathe in. The night has pretty much hit as it is dark, maybe just a very dim purplish bit of light left from the sun in the distance, but it is quiet. The stars are out. The moon very bright as it starts to come up, kind of reflecting on the sand, and you see no trace of anyone but yourselves out here. You see your car. It did not get taken or fall into this by any means. So you're able to kind of load up what you need to and start heading out. Is there any sort of conversation, any sort of checks anyone would like to do as you all make your way back to the Sunshade's embrace? If there's any figuring a person out, if there's any sort of just RP, any sort of enticing wishing to be had.
I think Anne-Marie is journeying back in silence. Just contemplative silence.
I'm making sure really loud music is playing.
I lied
Because
to you
that's
guys. I
always
am
fun.
singing sea shanties then.
Incredible.
Just a little less
but-
energetic than on the way there.
But also, just so everyone knows, Rolly has completely forgot about that girl or whatever that was back there. Completely forgotten about. Just because so much has happened. Completely forgot. No, I don't even know her name. Like, it's gone.
Love it.
It's heartbreaking, but so accurate.
Did the ghost make it out with us or no?
I would say that, if y'all asked for any sort of like clarification, you'd probably feel a little bit of like a cool breeze, as now she's a little scared to actually like touch you. kind of go by. It's like, I keep scaring people. I'm gonna just not.
Yeah.
But she will. There was no sign or notice that the other two
Turned into
created ghosts or whatever the term would be.
Created
Became
ghosts.
ghosty. But
All right, cool. We have a new ghost friend.
I got a buddy. We'll see if Anne-Marie kind of warms up to ghosts.
I mean, Ashton is excited. Anne-Marie is not excited.
Yeah,
She's while she's singing the shanties, her eyes are going back and forth.
Where does the ghost sit in the car?
That's a good question.
Oh, with me in the hump seat, obviously.
Yeah, they also sat on the hump, but then Rolia came in and it was just really cold, and you felt them just kind of scoot over.
It's okay. I run hot, so it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, depending on how close you'll get to her, like you've got built-in AC, which is gonna be super helpful out here.
I love the lizard with the warm.
Yeah.
The warm
I
body.
do think it is funny. I think it's really hard to warm up to a ghost because they are so cold is the issue.
That's true. That is true. All right. Well, y'all are easily able to make it home if there are no other stops, chats, wants, wishes there. And come.
I will say, just because I have this move that I think just happens. It's called One in Every Port. When you return to any town you've been to before, name a person with whom you shared intimacy here and say how you left things. If you left them on bad terms, mark XP, and the GM will tell you something interesting that has changed since you were last here.
Okay.
I
mean, now you're going to tell me someone who lives in the same town as you, so I can keep pulling on them whenever. So
I mean, I feel like that's kind of why I picked it. Let's name them.
Oh, here we go.
Flower. Because I saw flowers. I'm gonna say that Flower. If anybody has any ideas, throw it to me. Flower is
gay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Flowers is also a little younger than me and a little bit more, and I think Flower is a new racer at the racetrack at the Dust Bowl, and is very like classic, like when you picture like a hippie, like hippie style, like bohemian style, just all that. And I think nobody at the Dust Bowl like takes her seriously. And the intimacy that we shared is I like just one like a random like I'll be nice to this person, gave her like a shoulder like kind of like tap and like squeeze to just be like, they'll warm up eventually. Don't worry about it. And then kind of like walked off. But in kind of like Scott Pilgrim, she took it a little too seriously. Like, what is that character? Scott's girlfriend, except it's not that young, not that much of an age difference.
Knives.
Yeah.
Yes, knives.
sorry.
Yes. So kind of like that. So yeah, maybe left it pretty neutral because Rumble was just being like nice to a new person, and Flower took that a little
Like,
too
oh my god, a
much.
pretty girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it. Yeah, so I think that you all roll in. You go and drop the car or Poppy wherever they would be. I would assume probably your car goes back to your sister's shop or somewhere near the racetrack.
Yeah, probably back to my sister's shop.
Yeah. And you've got a key to get in if you want to pull it into the actual like garage bay, or there's probably like outside parking for other cars, either or. And y'all are able to hop out as a race seems to have just finished. One of the kind of evening races. The night is kind of winding down, and everyone is starting to leave. And you hear Rumble. Rumble! Oh my god. So nice seeing you here. As you see Flower just like lace and linen just like flowing behind her as she trots over.
Is she like did I see her from far away, or was it more like if I wasn't paying attention, didn't see her?
I mean, she saw you and yelled and started coming, so you can decide if you saw her previously or not.
Okay. Maybe I didn't see her walk up, so Rumble's reaction, like initial reaction, is just like, "Oh shit! Hey, hi, Flora, right?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. How's it
Amory
going?"
and Caspia in the background are just shaking their heads.
Like, what's going on? I haven't like seen you. I thought you were gonna be like in this race today. I was like really looking forward to cheering you on and maybe finally beating you once.
Yeah, I was supposed to, but duty calls. It was
Are
great.
you like outriding now?
Just like this one, and we'll like look at kind of everybody, and it's like, just like this one time. It's not a thing. It's not
Oh.
really a thing.
Caspia looks really sad.
Aww.
Say that.
Break everyone's heart instantly.
It's just like, oh, that's good. I'd hate to think that like your racing days are over or whatever.
Hell no, of course not. I mean, with what? I mean, did you win tonight? Yeah.
No, still not. What was the shithead that rival's name?
Fuck.
That's his name.
His name is
Shithead.
Fuck. That's gonna be in. I gotta search for that.
Cool. Insert his name.
Wait, I think we didn't pick because I think. Oh shit! It's so far back in our DMs. Where the fuck is that? Just call him.
Colin.
That's all I was about to say too, Colin. Just Colin.
Colin.
Yeah.
No last name.
No, just
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost. Yeah, I like it. Wait. No, I didn't write that down. Gosh, I'm horrible at this. But now his name is Colin Jost. Or maybe there's two shitbags, but
Yeah, the other one's Michael Che.
Yeah, there you go.
They sometimes do commentary for the race.
Yeah, I feel like they have like a stand-up night at the Burning Embers place like once a week
The
Where
world
they
has
do, like-
ended, but
Yeah, they do the like
still-
current events of the outpost and just roast everybody that lives there. Hold on, I gotta write this down. This is canon. Comedy nights. Also Rumble's rivals. Okay. Love it. And she's like, oh, no, not quite. I wasn't last though. But Colin won per usual.
Damn that fucker. And then I think just kind of like, since we're probably supposed to go like somewhere and do something, Rumble's gonna do the same thing as before and give like a little like slap on the shoulder with the squeeze. And it's like, don't worry, you'll get him next time. Gotta go. And then we'll like walk off.
Like, okay. I don't want to like keep you very long. But he was talking like mad shit about you not
Kinda mad
racing anymore and being washed up, and you weren't there to, that sort of stuff. It was kind of a part of his acceptance or like winning speech.
Cool. Great. Yeah. I mean, a lie's a lie, so it doesn't bother me. And then you're just gonna see she just has this like if fire could be in eyes, it would be. And like whatever, I'll deal with them in the next one, which is gonna like do we have some technology, right? Like if I had like a calendar, like do we have like
Yeah.
Calendar.
I'm thinking like a smart watch, like something like a quick calendar. Maybe there's like a calendar.
You
in
have
the
like
shop.
that much, but yeah, like y'all have electricity. I don't know if you have cell
There-
phones anymore.
There's like a calendar like hanging up, and she'll look back, and the next race is like 2 weeks away, and she's like, eventually, I will. Yeah, okay.
Start
Well-
training montage.
Yes, right now. Footloose music, but racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, do I see Colin Jost anywhere?
I feel like if you actively try, you see like the crowd of people like hemming and hawing over him as like they're walking out. He's probably on Michael Che's shoulders. Yeah.
Did I have oh shit, I don't think I can I if they're like close enough, can I kind of like come up behind like where they're not seeing me like approach and kind of like part the crowd and like pull his shirt from the back and like throw him to the ground off of Michael's shoulders?
Yeah, you want to do a violence real quick? Let's see.
Make a violence check.
I would
Make
love
a
to make a
violence
violence.
check. I feel like that's just straight up a fight because why not? So daring or grace. Daring makes more sense for what you've narrated, but if you can argue how you're going to do it a little more like acrobaty, you can.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it with some daring. Okay. So 2d6. I forgot. We haven't played this in 2 weeks. I haven't.
Right.
So 2d6, and then I get to do +2. Yeah. Fuck. 8.
Okay.
Ooh. And well, okay. I have another move that I just got from in between last time and this time. Whenever you roll a 7+ to fight, you may gain a string on someone who is
Ooh.
present and
Okay.
ask their player what it is about you that has impressed or intrigued them.
Ooh, okay. So I guess go ahead and we'll say what you do with him first, so that could maybe give some fodder to whoever you have impressed to know why you've impressed them. So you get to choose 2 and your opponent chooses 1. Flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition, create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, or take an object from your opponent and seize the superior position.
I think
I don't know what happened there.
I think I'll do a cutting words.
Okay.
And is literally just gonna kind of like pull him down and then like turn and kind of like before he can get back up, like kind of like still standing up, straddle him, but put her foot on his chest and go, "What's up, dickhead?" And is just gonna kind of like put more pressure on her foot and say, "Guess you had a nice race this week, but just watch out for the next one. I won't let you win so easy because I'll actually be there." And then we'll kind of like, as she lifts her foot, because she's been walking around in sand, as she lifts her foot up, kind of shake dust, like sand off in his face,
Mhm.
and then just like walk away from that, like before he even has a chance to reply.
Cool. He still is going to though, because he gets to choose
Okay,
one.
that's valid.
As you're kind of
It's
walking
to my
off,
back.
yeah, you just hear a like kind of chuckle as he stands up and starts like patting all the sand off of him, kind of acting as unfazed as he can, and then just like, okay, whatever you say, Rumble. Seems like you're washed up. Your race days are being traded in for scavenging. Guess you're not as hot shit as you thought you were. And he's gonna inflict a condition. So whatever you got, he's just doubling down on saying that you're washed up like he did in the thing.
Does he also get a condition for me?
If you choose to give him one.
Oh yeah, because I did the cutting words and it
Oh yeah.
inflicts a condition.
Perfect.
Where are the conditions? Where are they?
They're on the right side of your sheet.
Right side of my sheet. I want him.
Did you do two things? You only did one thing.
Oh.
Because you get to choose two. He's an NPC who's not like fighting, so he doesn't necessarily get a condition, but you get the win of him being a little like thrown off and like kind of like, oh well, okay.
Gotcha.
Only able to like reach into his tried and true playbook.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So I want the conditions.
Unless you want to fight him, I can throw some conditions on him and we can
Nah, I think that's it was more like an embarrassment move from Rumble. I think I want the condition to be insecure. And
for you or for him?
For him.
Okay, because you also can pick one for yourself.
Gotcha.
That he inflicts on you.
Gotcha. Okay. I think the one for me. I get to pick. I think it's gonna be. I think it's angry. Like, as kind of like stated before, like she was really hoping to not miss this, and the fact that like they haven't found her sister and this is happening, it's just kind of like getting worse. So yeah, I think angry would be good. The second thing I do.
String on him. You can use that against him later if y'all.
Yeah,
that's only really one that makes sense, since you're not like needing to prove an opportunity for anybody. She'll learn actually fighting.
Sure, yeah. So I'll provoke. So I gain a string on them.
So yeah, keep for like any like minor NPCs, you'll keep track, and then for the big ones, we'll obviously have the tracker on Roll20.
Yeah,
which I guess I should open, so y'all don't have to like.
Bitch, I just opened it right now.
But as he says that,
my dark reader's not on.
Blinded. As he says that, she's just like not turning around because she really doesn't want to show like how angry she is, and is just gonna kind of like flip him off as she walks away and goes, "You wish," and then just go back to like the group. She's trying to. She did her like little bit that she wanted to do to kind of like make a statement, but knows that if she like gives in, it'll be not as good.
Yeah, and he just kind of yells back. He's like, "Whatever you say. Good luck winning without your ace repairman." And then like walks off.
Oh yeah, she's really not responding back to that one.
As soon as Rumble comes back, I'm just gonna like give her an awkward pat on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, "If it makes you feel any better, I slept with his wife."
You know what?
If it makes you feel any better, I also slept with his wife.
Yeah.
Caspian?
We all look at Caspian.
Caspia shakes her head and says, I didn't sleep with his wife. I'm not sure why that would make you feel better. If you'd like, I can do it.
You now have plans to sleep with. No, it's fine. But that does actually make me feel a little bit better. That's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, keep if you would like, not a forced thing, but keep that up. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Oh yeah, and do I get to pick for this like other move thing? Do I get to pick
whoever you think,
The
whoever you
string-
really want? Yeah.
I get to pick. Let me see. Wait. Let me read this again. Sorry. Reading. I gain a string on somebody who is present. And okay. Let's go. Just because I haven't really played into this yet. Let's go with Broly, because that was like one of my things from the beginning. That that I'm supposed to be kind of like crushing on Rolly a little bit. So yeah, kind of taking a move, I think, from their playbook a little bit, just kind of like a big action, to kind of make a statement. So yeah, and then so what is it about me that impressed or intrigued them?
And I'm answering this now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think your racing is hot for sure. I mean, like that's always hot. Like whenever you're in your like racer suit, because racers have like those racer suits. I'm just like, damn.
They're always so good on the ass.
They are so good on the ass.
Mhm.
I, Layla, have never worn a racer suit, but I know.
It's like
I know.
baseball short pants, like those asses, man.
I bet hers is also kind of like a little bit more fitted than like any of the dudes there, but she still wears her like big kind of like bomber jacket too, like always, and like the
Oh, I
chunky
just want to
boots.
crawl under that bomber jacket, like 100% for sure.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I love it. That's great. So I moved the little thing up, right?
Yep.
Cool. Yes. String.
Strings.
I still don't know what to do with all these, but they're there. We got another one.
Oh, I got another one, folks.
Alrighty. Where would y'all like to head first?
I think Caspia probably wants to head back to the matriarch, since we have this magic crystal, and also to say like, hey, we found some of the people and here's like what the situation is. So I think Caspia is like, we'll get that done and then we can do whatever.
Eager to see the matriarch, huh?
Are you not coming along?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
That's not what that meant.
Oh.
I was making an insinuation that you have a crush on the matriarch.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that I have a crush on anyone. I mean, she is attractive, but I'm really not supposed to have crushes on people.
That's so sad.
Does she join the after like crew? Wait, what's the crew name? Your crew name, Caspia? Your like group?
Oh, the Windswept Guardians.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Is she a part of that? Like leading? No? Okay, never mind. I would
So she's
know.
available.
Yes, exactly. She's available.
Yeah, Caspia is just like, yeah, no, I'm definitely allowed to have like affection for people, but I'm really not supposed to have any sort of preferential
Got
treatment.
any affection for me?
Did you say any affection for me?
Got any affection for me?
Caspia says, of course I have affection for you. I have affection for all of you.
Caspia, that
Equally.
must be like
I knew it.
really hard for you because the game is called Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
It's part of the appeal, you want something you can't have.
I guess. Wait, can you?
I can't believe you are depriving someone of you and your emotionless wings.
I wink. I wink at everyone once. Everyone equally.
Now, is this with the same eye, or do you switch eyes?
I do. I switch eyes, yeah. And only
that's so bad.
only you can know what it means.
I hate that. I hate it so much.
But Caspia moves her face less than I move my face.
So, are you still going to be able to sleep with Colin's wife?
Oh, I already told you I can fuck people. I just am not supposed to fall in love. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the.
So who is his wife? Where is she?
I mean,
I
as far as I know, she's anywhere he isn't.
He was married to her.
Isn't that crazy? They're married.
I know.
They're actually married?
They have a baby, yeah.
They have a baby? They're married?
They have a baby.
Who is this? I missed it.
Colin Joseph, Scarlett Johansson? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
They have a baby. His name
Wait,
is
Scarlett Johansson and who?
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost.
Oh my god, I love an interracial couple.
All right, that's what Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Good night, everybody. We're done. All right. Anyway, y'all have this conversation walking through the sunshades and grace here, and make your way to the matriarch, who probably is currently this is just like evening time, is probably hanging out the Embers Gathering, where a lot of people will just kind of like sit and hang out and have dinners. Tonight is not comedy night as it was race night, but maybe there's someone up there like singing a little ditty or something. But
Karaoke night.
Yes, karaoke night. That's one piece of technology.
I am not missing karaoke.
Yeah,
night.
we're going.
If tonight's karaoke night, we're going to karaoke.
That's what
night.
the episode is now.
That's not the first time that in a TTRPG we have had a karaoke night because of this exact joke.
Oh no, we're doing it.
Honestly,
yeah,
multiple times.
Anytime you just like say it's karaoke night, everything else wipe off the table. That instantly.
Oh, when I find out there's karaoke, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to show off my mediocre trained singing. Like, I'm so excited about it every time.
I thought you said your mediocre train singing, like train the band.
That's like, yeah.
Like you only do train covers.
See, it's not good, but it's so passionate that you have to like respect
that's what you need in karaoke is the passion, honestly. And there is currently some passionate singing going on. So sorry, my dog is having a moment. If y'all can hear that, he was just like, rah, rah, rah. Oh, it's still happening. But the matriarch Elena will see you and kind of like waves over. I feel like she's kind of got like a VIP booth kind of vibe, just like a part of the bleachers that everyone kind of like leaves for her and whoever she is entertaining that evening, or the council or whatever. So y'all are able to walk. I think everyone's kind of given like eyes. It's just like, I'm fancy or whatever. They're going in the VIP booth. But as you kind of settle down and get comfy, she'll probably just look to Caspia first. Doesn't say anything. Just wait. Debrief.
Yeah, I explain like the details of like the encounter we had with the Dust Reavers and the like finding the location that the people had apparently. We were like, oh yeah, they're probably in here, and then we found their bodies. So I explained that. I think Caspia starts to say that I think Caspia starts to just say like, so we buried them, and then like starts to go on and is like, okay, I need to be honest. I actually found an artifact down there. I removed the artifact. In doing so, it caused the place to collapse. So I was going to try to lie about it so I didn't look bad, but I should be honest about it that that's what happened. But I did find this, and takes out the crystal to show the matriarch.
You like start to like, I assume it was probably like in a bag or something, like because it was like
Mhm.
pretty chunky, like open, and that like green glow starts going. She looks and just slams your hand on it to close the bag back, and she's like, let's meet at the Citadel. And she just like stands up and like walks out. And y'all, whoever wants to stay for karaoke night, you can, or if y'all all want to follow and then go back to karaoke night, it's an all night ordeal, you know. But she kind of gets out of there, starts walking back to her RV, and as y'all get in, will shut the door, and she's like, explain to me exactly what happened when you found this. What did it look like? What was around it? What everything.
There was a cave. The cave was covered in greenery and plants. There were also some kind of guardian sort of things there that seemed like they'd already been a fight. That's how, unfortunately, the scavengers who were there perished. There were some other dust reavers, it seems like, that Anne Marie knows of or knows.
Just
A
big eyes,
captain.
like looks over.
I'm just like I'm not even looking at her.
You could try to talk to her about it. She's pretty reticent to say anything about this other captain. Other than it would be awkward if they were to fight. And when I removed
You'd have to inherit one of the other's crew. I understand.
And when I removed the crystal, all of the plants and things that were in the cave, I think, just started to disintegrate, and it caused everything to collapse because the sand was being held together by those plants.
She kind of stands up, and there's some just like little drawers and things on one side of the trailer. And she kind of rushes over to them and starts digging through one of the drawers and pulls out like a little like canvas bag, and kind of goes over and opens the top of the bag, and you see that she pulls out of the little canvas bag that she's holding a seed, just like a little something, and she like sits it on top and just like looks, and you start to see that the seed kind of cracks a little bit and a little sprout starts to come out, like just very, very slow, very tiny, but it's starting. She's like, okay, sticks that back in the bag, puts it in the drawer, digs through another, gets like another big box that's like a fucking like solid metal massive thing that she just like easily just picks up, drops on the table. The whole thing shakes, and she just plops it down, and we'll put the crystal in there and close it. She's like, okay. As you can see, she's kind of like running through something in her head, trying to like put pieces together. And she's like, what you all have found is, I'm sure you can tell, very, very important. I mean, this is, oh my, like we can grow things. I mean, technically it would have to have the crystal touching them, which means then, but if we find the water one, there's...
Wait, are you talking about gardening?
Pretty much. These crystals, there's multiple of them. Supposedly, I thought they were all tails because, you know, you find little crystals that help with certain things, you would think, or you can harness the magic. Ones of this size and this make are very rare, and supposedly there were only look, it sounds real fucking cliche, I get it, but there was like the elemental ones,
Got
you
it.
know? Yeah. Earth, it seems it helps if it is touching life to grow. If we could figure out how to use the magic from it, I mean, that could mean healthy plants. That could mean soil where there's not soil. That could mean so many things. I mean, granted, it would all be so temporary because it's only one. There's tales that if you collect them all, smash them together, you can basically recreate life, create an oasis. And it's something that I think a lot of people across these wastes are in search of.
What would the water one do?
Infinite water source.
Great.
There's
Great,
Oh
great,
my
great.
God. These
air,
lesbians are not going to be thirsty anymore.
or they can just focus on the thirst that we really care about, you know?
Wait, so you're telling me there are a bunch of these gems?
I wasn't sure that these existed until now I'm seeing one. There was tales and talks, but honestly, I didn't put much merit into it because the person I learned it from wasn't the most reliable. That there was possibly an air crystal near their outpost, and they talked about it and that it's the first piece of the puzzle, blah, blah, blah. Everything I told you basically from that. You all keep this quiet, please, for now. And get some rest if you can. I would like tomorrow for you to check on my contact who mentioned the air crystal and see if it is substantial. And if these dust reavers were there, they know of this existence as well. And the more of these we track down, the better chance we'll find them and what exactly happened and where risky may be. Though, Anne-Marie, you said you have information on this certain sect of dust reavers?
I mean, maybe a few people that I've met or, you know, been in basic contact with just casually.
What is one that we are currently concerned about? What can you tell me about him? Where might they be? What might their MO be?
Yeah.
Anything of that? And you can fully just fucking make it up.
Yeah. So that so right. Okay. Listen. Okay. So his name is Zephyr, which I don't know if that has anything to do with that crystal. They might be connected. I don't know. I can't read. The only letter I know is the C. Anyway. Good night, everybody.
Everyone in the room rolls their eyes.
And R, you're right.
Yeah, I
C
would.
and R. But this guy probably does know how to read, which kind of is like the main threat that I was worried about. But I can understand if you're worried about different threats that this man could pose, like maybe how he like killed 3 of our people, and he probably could have done it all by himself. Like he didn't need anyone of his, like he doesn't need lackeys to do it. Like he could have done it, probably didn't though, because he probably just like chilled and watched because he's that kind of asshole. You know what I mean? Which is what I did a lot. But that's just like a captain thing. So like that's just what you do. You know, it's like make other people do your work for you. But you're definitely capable of doing it. Anyway,
she just gives a very knowing nod as she's sitting in her comfy chair.
It's you know, you gotta send other people out. Great chair. And I mean, I could probably give you a basic, very large area that where he probably is. You know, like it's not going to be like, I'm not going to show you on a map like, oh, this exact location, but I can give you like a circle.
Wonderful.
Now, are we going to avoid that circle, or are we going into that circle?
She'll just kind of look at like with the general area you circle, and she's like, that is a lot of desert.
Yeah, for sure.
Does he fly?
Not personally.
In a plane.
Yes.
Do you think people could fly if they get the air crystal? We'll figure that out when that happens.
Don't even. That is so far ahead. I'm focused on the water one right now. That's all I can think about. If you tell me that not only do we get unlimited water, but we can also fly, I'm going to lose my mind.
I don't know about the flying thing, if that helps. It would be an experimental thing, and it could probably cause death. So
I'm going to make the world a goddamn ocean. Maybe not all of it.
Looks very concerned. Like, okay. Let's
not all of it.
Maybe
We
still
still need
replace
oranges.
the water that was already gone.
Every night in my bedroom is water world.
She's just like, y'all, everyone go to sleep. Meet me here.
Well, we're going to karaoke night.
Yeah, do what you want, but you're here when the sun comes up.
Cool.
Yeah, she's just looking. She's just like looking all over the place. She's like,
let's go sing Shania Twain.
Shut the fuck up, bitch! That's the costume I'm making.
Love the way you are. Love the way you.
All right. She, yeah. Well, we'll start kind of digging through books and maps and things, and seems to be in a I want to learn things tizzy. If anyone has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask her, but she does not need your general attention anymore, as she's trying to figure out how best to substantiate that this is legit and also find your missing compatriot. So anything else y'all would like to do before turning in the evening? Obviously karaoke, but
I think Rumble, like as they walk out, Rumble's gonna kind of like not like linger back, like wait for everybody to leave, but more just kind of like she's had her arms crossed this whole time with like a stank look on her face, and is just kind of like glaring at the matriarch because all that conversation sounded like Crystal, and she's like, what the fuck about my sister, but isn't gonna talk back to the matriarch because that could be bad. But yeah, it's just gonna kind of like look, and if she maybe like glances up as they're walking out, she'll do like a slow turn with just like a really like grim look on her face.
Rumble,
Fuck. Okay.
what's with your fucking face?
Nothing, leader lady. Just super excited to go on more adventures for you. While my sister
You not
could
want to
be...
find your sister?
No,
she
I
was
would love
lost
to.
looking for this exact thing.
Yeah.
So wouldn't finding more of them be finding her if she's still alive? If not, finding information. You do realize I now have to tell everyone that 3 of our people are dead and 1 person's missing. I am taking this seriously.
Sure. Seems like it. For sure. Totally believe that.
There's some tension in
Speak
this
your
room
mind,
right
please.
now.
I don't need the cryptic nonsense right now.
Just sounded very much like, which, yeah, woo, magical crystals, very exciting. That just seems to be a focus, which
Yes, of course it is. That could create infinite water, food sources. The apocalypse we are living through would be over, and we would be the ones with that in our hands. Do you not understand why that needs a bit of levity?
no, you don't understand. So it's fine. You can be super pressed on whatever you're pressed about. But just know I think we got our ones and twos kind of switched, and I'm going to act that way, and it's going to kind of like turn and storm out.
She just kind of like stares as you walk out, and then we'll just like slam the door behind you.
Rumble. Let's do karaoke.
I'll hang for a little bit. You probably
Do you want to do a duet where you like scream at me and you can pretend that I'm the matriarch? Do you want to do what's that song from Rent where the two lovers are yelling at each other?
No, yeah. The Take Me or Leave Me, of course.
Take Me or Leave Me. Do you want to duet that with me and you can pretend that I'm the matriarch and you're really mad at me and you can like give me a piece of your mind, even though you kind of already did that. That was hot, by the way, and I'm very proud of you as well. It's conflicting friendship and sexual feelings, but yeah, in that way, but it feels like there may still be some steam in there, which there are a lot of ways to get rid of that. I used to be good at flirting and I don't know what happened.
I think Rumble's gonna give you for the third time tonight, the pat on the shoulder with like a squeeze. And it's just gonna be like, I see what you're trying to do and I appreciate it. I'm gonna have a few whiskey on the rocks and I'll watch y'all sing. And that will be good enough for me. Maybe another time. Rain check?
It doesn't rain a lot here, but
Dust check?
Yeah, that works for me.
And she's like really like the anger is kind of just like melting into like being sad. I think so. Yeah, I think she might like sit at the she might sit at the bar and just kind of have I picture in the whiskey glass with like the big ice. Do we have ice?
No, absolutely not.
It's actual rocks.
It's actual rocks. It's actual rocks. They're just clean. So so it's just a big.
Your glass starts to get like kind of like it looks like it's starting to condensate and gets cold, and you just feel Lyra's hands around it, just like cupping the glass around your hands.
You're like the best ghost I've ever met, man. But yeah, I think she's just gonna kind of sit and she'll watch you guys like from the stage and or like on the stage and stuff. But yeah, she's a little mopey. This mopey town with whiskey in it. Yeah.
All right.
Caspia. Yeah, Caspia, I think is going to like kind of watch that interaction without really saying anything about it, but is getting those feelings again of like, we have something that could change the world. Rumble is really only caring about her sister, which is understandable, but like in Caspia's opinion, short-sighted. Like, we could end the apocalypse and it's like, yeah, of course you want to find your sister. So kind of looks like she's looking towards Rumble, thinking about like, okay, should I go talk to her? But then also is looking back towards like the door where the matriarch is and trying to decide whether she should go like talk to her friend or go talk to the matriarch.
Ooh,
thinks about it for a second, and then goes over towards the matriarch's door and knocks.
You hear like shuffling and stuff inside, and the door just kind of like flings open. The matriarch just like has her back because she just like kind of pushed it open, and you now see like a mound of just papers and books and everything has covered the table. She's like, "Oh, are you here to yell at me too?"
No, I would never. I came to offer my services because I just thought maybe it wouldn't hurt to have somebody keeping an eye on the door and on your office since there are things of value there. I'm willing to stay here overnight and just be an extra layer of protection.
You look and you see that like the box is gone. You can like not see it
Yeah.
anywhere. And she's like, oh, I mean, I do have hiding spaces and people not as green as Rumble. No, to not cross me. I think I'll be fine, but if it would give you peace of mind, and honestly, I have a stack of books that only one eye can't read through very fast.
Yeah, Caspia says, well, if you would need my services for something other than protection, of course, I would be happy to do anything that I can to help you. I could go through notes, and I have done some scholarly work when I was with the Windswept Guardians.
Yeah, I think I would enjoy the company looking through this. Want a drink?
I shall probably keep my head clear.
All
just
right.
in case.
Just like takes the handle of like a giant thing of like probably moonshine at this point. You know, how much actual liquor do y'all have producing out there? And just like kind of takes a swig. She's like, do you mind if I speak a bit freely? I know it can be weird sometimes with like authority and order and blah, blah, blah.
No, of course you can speak freely whenever you'd like. I'm at your service.
Why'd you join the Windswept Guardians?
Protect people and to train to be the best person I could be.
You didn't think you could do that on your own in the wastes or how other people came here? Not judging, just curious.
I don't think I could have come to any of my abilities on my own without being trained and understanding that order is important. Before the Windswept Guardians, I feel like I was just drifting, just bending to whatever whim I had, doing whatever I felt like I wanted to do, and now I feel grounded.
I don't know if my advice matters since we are on very different paths here, but you are very good at everything you do, and I do appreciate all your work. I've known others in the Windswept Guardians and also wonderful people, great at what they do. It's just sometimes you lose yourself. You become one of many, follow their rules, all of those things, I guess. I find what has made me successful is being unique, I guess, being able to think for myself. Not that you don't, but I just want you to keep that in mind, that sometimes following what others have decided is right may not be right in the moment.
If you'd like me to try to think for myself, I of course would try to do that for you.
She just hangs her head. She's like, that's the point. I don't want you to do things because other people want you to do it.
I understand your concern, matriarch, but I enjoy feeling helpful, and I enjoy doing what other people think is best for me to do.
If it brings you joy, then who am I to stand in the way? I just wanted to make sure you didn't lose yourself in all of that, because there may come a time, especially in whatever path we're going down, that the right answer isn't so clear, or you're torn between what multiple people want you to do.
I like nod and am definitely like listening to what's being said because the matriarch is in charge. But I think definitely Caspia's not quite completely understanding, and I think there is a part like internally where she's like, well, of course the matriarch wouldn't understand like how fulfilling it is to follow these tenets because she's not in the Sandswamp Guardians. So like she doesn't know what it's like to, you know, be in this group. So like is listening, and I think like has a thought for a second, like maybe after is like kind of like looking through like reading and doing some different things, and says, matriarch, I do have a question for you
Of course.
about the Guardians. When I finished my training, they bestowed on me my second name of Sea Seeker. Do you know why and how they give people their names? Because they never explained it to me. And I had a thought, but I don't think that could be why it is.
Oh, I mean, I only know really things of people, you know, the deeds they do after they're out and I've ran into their paths. I don't quite know the inner workings. I'm sure if I dig through here somewhere, I'd find it. But what theory are you working on?
It's just that the people training me and all my classes and all of my assignments, they would always tell me that it's silly, but they would always tell me that my biggest weakness was that I was always trying to find things and want things that I couldn't have. And a part of me can't help but wonder if the name of Sea Seeker in a world where there are no seas was their way of reminding me to remember my place.
I mean, I've heard some interesting names come out of it. I wouldn't put it behind them or below them, above them, whichever. But it's possible. But we could find a crystal to replace the sea. So who's laughing now?
That's true. That would... Not that it's the only reason I would want to do it, but it would bring me a lot of regard, I think.
Of course. If these do exist and it does what I think it does, and we can look through this information and get some sort of idea, I mean, each individual crystal can make a huge impact on its own individual element. But I mean, the tales say it can create an oasis. And I think someone who brings an oasis and some sort of sense of life back into this world would be pretty important.
I'll do anything I can to have this come to pass.
Wonderful. Well, just gestures back to the pile.
I start like organizing the papers, I think, into like, you know, this one seems to be about like this crystal. This one seems like maybe it's about this crystal.
Yeah. You definitely like
things.
Yeah, start kind of going through it and start kind of piecing back together a bit of the picture. And it's a lot of like kind of the tales that you have told or like heard before, a lot of what like the matriarch was saying, though it's like nothing is like very concrete of like step-by-step instructions to make the world not suck anymore, you know. But there's definitely things that are starting to get together. And it starts getting, pretty late. And at one point, the matron kind of will stand up and stretch. She's like, I feel like I'm reading the same sentence over and over. Get some rest. We have plenty to get us going. I'll meet you all here in the morning. And I'll tell you because I don't think anyone else would really listen to me. And I think you understand more than anything the weight of being in charge or people's expectations on you. I'm wrenched at the fact that we have lost, for sure, 3 people of our outpost, another one missing. And I don't want people to think that I'm pushing lives under the rug, but it becomes a point in which you can save everyone. Do you choose everyone or do you choose one individual person? And I've made it alive into the position I am to make sure that the greater good for the greater people is met. And I made lots of enemies that way too. So use me as the scapegoat if you need.
Caspia nods and starts to leave and then turns back and says, if there is a situation where I am the one that would be sacrificed for the good of all, I would not hold it against you.
I hope no one else needs to be. And no, I would not make the choice willingly. This is a byproduct of evil people.
Yeah. I think Caspia can feel okay, this is kind of a time to go to bed, let's go kind of thing. And just kind of is taking it in, and takes her leave to get some rest.
Wonderful. Is there anything of note anyone would have wanted to do before going to bed that you would like to roll anything or play out, or are we just Shania Twaining it up at karaoke?
Oh, we're karaokeing.
Love it. I also love that this is now the second time I've had nearly an entire session devoted to karaoke, and the second time Blair's character has been sad and not been able to be a part of the karaoke.
No!
Yeah. Wait, my character was sad?
Yeah, that's when you met the beach bum guy, because you were all upset about something and walked upstairs.
Then it was happy in that one. This time, no. Yeah.
But with that, let's take a break, get a stretch, get some food in my tummy, and we'll come back to see where the fuck it is that the Matrix sending you next. I nearly hung up in the call instead of hit pause or break on the thing. That would have been very funny.
Leave us to our devices.
Yeah, have fun. Hello, everybody. We are back. We are walking. We are rolling. I'm so sorry. I have to wipe my nose. I had spicy rice. Or it wasn't that spicy, but it grew on me. Thai chilies, baby. Anyway, hello. Welcome back to Lust Dust episode 3. We'll pick up the next morning. Bright and early. By bright, I mean first light. How's everybody waking up? How are y'all feeling after a night of karaoke or studying or sulking or worrying or
Hungover on a roof.
you wake up on the roof?
Yeah, just on a roof. I don't know what roof.
Are you by yourself on the roof?
Yes.
Okay. Love it.
I was gonna say cold, slightly hungover, maybe not too hungover, but slightly hungover and in her car.
Love it.
I think maybe Caspia found a spot, like maybe like set up a hammock or something nearby, like wherever the matriarch's quarters are, to just like kind of like, even though the matriarch was like, you don't have to keep an eye on me, or you don't have to like got to be an extra guard. I think Caspia still did, and is kind of sore. She has an old injury that she doesn't really acknowledge, that sometimes she's just kind of makes her sore, and sleeping in like a hammock or something doesn't really help with
just
that.
like constantly hunched and like
Yeah. So wakes up a little bit sore, but relatively well rested.
Love it. Y'all all meet up at the Nomad Citadel there again in the morning. Of course, Rolly and Marion being with you as well. And the matriarch is standing there. You see that the council is like, they're kind of like milling about some sort of coffee-like substance. You know, I feel like I don't know what they would have created to replace that need in this world. Maybe
lemonade.
One person. What was it?
Charged lemonade.
There we go. There's like a lemon tree.
There's a
that's
crystal.
going,
There's a little crystal that makes charged lemonade.
Yeah, it's a caffeine crystal. The healer on the council has it.
It's so valuable.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that's why she got the job on the council, was specifically for the caffeine crystal. But yeah, so they're shaking their caffeine into their morning lemonade, and the matriarch will kind of walk up, and you see that she's got like a few bags and stuff kind of like pre-packed, it seems, in front of her, like to the point that it looks like it's going to be like a journey. It is not like last time where she's like, all right, just go, we'll see you in like a few hours, hope you're not dead. It seems like, you know, she has gotten some sort of rations and things together. You can see some more like actual substantial like camping equipment and the likes there. She's like, well, I trust you all found something to do with your evening.
Yeah.
Anyone need caffeine?
Oh, you know I gotta have my charged lemonade every morning.
Yeah, like already. We'll say, her name is Serene, is the more like medic spiritual guide there. Walks up, pronoun she or any, really, and we'll kind of come up. Already has like a cup made. Probably you have your own cup that she just like keeps and like kind of.
Oh yeah, it saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Love it. You know, it's resourceful. And we'll kind of fill it up for everybody. And she's like, I did put a lot of some good herbs, you know, in case you get, you know, a tummy ache or a headache or anything of those sorts in there. I also put some Palo Santo But I
Mm.
suggest maybe not burning that because it does seem like you do have a spiritual attachment that is very helpful. So we probably don't want to lessen.
Ah, fuck.
She like looks like she's looking at someone standing next to Anne-Marie. And it's like, I'm so very sorry, but I'm glad you're here. Anyway, as well as I maybe raked off a little bit of the crystal for you, so you'll have a little pick-me-up. Please do not use it all at once. You will die. It will shut
Anne-Marie's
your heart
halfway
down.
through her cup.
Oh, the cup is fine. The little shard of the crystal. It should last you
Okay.
at least 6 months before the whole party. So, please. It looks to Caspia. Please don't let her have the whole crystal.
Caspia shrugs and is like, I mean, I'll try, but she really does what she wants, I think.
This is true. Well, anyway, I hope that this helps kind of for the trek you'll have ahead. And she'll scurry on to start like giving caffeine to whoever else needs. I guess their lemonades charged. And the matriarch will just kind of look at you all. Pack all this up. Meet me back behind the sun shades embrace. Why did I fucking name it that? Behind the well. We will take up from there. Take your car there as well. And she'll. Yes. The 5 of you. And your car.
Good. Okay. Just checking. Just gotta turn back.
She's already walked off.
It sounded like she was coming with us, and that was.
Oh, but she's walking to that direction.
Fuck.
Anne-Marie tries to count how many people there are there.
There's
She gets to 3.
you. Yeah, I was like, there's 5 of you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
She doesn't know. She can't go higher than that.
Love it. One of the other council members will kind of walk up probably to Rumble, since they're the one with the car, and has like a couple of little spiraled up kind of what looks to be maps. Their name is Eldon Swift Whisper. They're
Okay,
kind
we
of
got
like
an elf.
yeah, right. They're pretty. Their background is big traveler, but very much mapped a lot of what the wastes are currently. You know, they're a very good navigator, and they'll walk up. They'll walk up and fuck it, we'll say very elven and look even. You know, very tall, very slender, very just like looks like they can blow away with the wind. And we'll hand them over to you, like that really like super pin straight hair, like thin, that's just kind of like flowing all over the place. I don't know how much has changed. It's been 5 or so years since I've been out there. And as you know, the dunes will change, but hopefully this will help. It's a few more notable landmarks and maps for the area that can keep your heads on straight.
Looking in their hands, what are the kind of like rolled up? What are the quality of these maps? Like, what kind
Very
of state are they in?
nice.
Nice,
Yeah,
good. I was
yeah,
hoping so.
yeah.
Rumble's gonna just grab them like in a tight.
I mean, they're parchment, so they're like kind of that material, so they're not going to crinkle. But
fuck.
You can with like gusto still. This person like has never met you before in their life, and it's just like, okay.
No, not in like an angry way, just in kind of like in a way that like someone who doesn't really deal with maps would just kind of like mishandle like a map.
Anne-Marie is immediately going to walk up and take them from you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just I'll take care of the map. I'll take care of the map. Don't even worry about it.
Navigator, driver.
Cool.
I had to do both, and it was not very fun. And then they just kind of like drift off somewhere.
Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
Well, I just felt like you were not handling the map properly, and even if we're not going to use them, I would very much like to keep them readable and in a just in a good condition. You never know when you're going to need a good map.
Are you telling me that I held a map wrong?
I am telling you that. Yes. There is a certain way you hold maps, okay? And I'm going to show you right now. Now, what you don't do is you don't crumple it. That's rule number 1. That's rule number 2. Rule number 1 is you don't rip it. Why would you ever do that? Rule number 3 is you don't light it on fire. Okay. I've done that a few times by accident. That's bad. Rule number 4, you don't let the wind take it away and wash it into the ocean. Rule number 5, you don't try to wash it in the ocean. Okay. Even if there's some dirt on it, if you put it in the water, it might get soggy and rip up into 1,000 pieces. Rule number 6, you don't feed it to a shark. Okay. Rule number 7.
I didn't know that you could count this high.
Avery does not realize that that's counting. Just thinks that is the label of these rules.
Yes.
As this list is rattling off, just Rumble has this not hiding this look of just pure confusion and does kind of a lean past Anne Marie to look at Caspia and is just with this huh kind of face to see if Cassie is understanding this. Is she the is Rumble the odd girl out or whatever?
Don't even try. Caspia's on my side. Now rule number 7.
Can we go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold the map. That's what we're doing.
These rules are hidden in invisible ink that can only be discovered with lemon juice and what else was it from
well, we don't waste lemons.
It can only be discovered with charged lemonade.
Charged lemonade, and they're on the back of every single map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a candle, I think.
Sorry, that was a poor
that's
National Treasure joke that I was trying to carry from the last
Yeah.
It was really good. I love National Treasure so much. I'm gonna fuck the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't do it in my Nick Cage impression. Takes me a second to get into it.
All right, so you take these goods, throw them into what little trunk there is. Maybe some kind of gets tied down to the top out of the way of the gun. However you need to gather things, grab Poppy and start to head back to where the well is. To your knowledge, there's not terribly much left else of the outpost back there. There's a few tents and houses and the likes, but it kind of goes into a little bit of a slot canyon and then inns. So you're all right, but you do notice that there is a pretty decently large buffer around all of these tents and the wall big enough for probably a car, and y'all are able to start driving your way back there. And you see that the matriarch is standing next to the entrance of this slot canyon. Jesus Christ, where is my vocabulary today? And then kind of nods to you, to follow. It's starting to kind of narrow a bit, which you're able to go. And then you see that she turns to the left. And it's very much this little bit of an optical illusion where it looks like it's a solid wall and then she just disappears. But as you get closer, you can see that there is a bit of a turn in there. And you see that it is a pretty large kind of cutout in this cliff wall. Definitely natural, and look maybe some of the water had kind of gathered in there over time, and maybe used to be a little bit of a sea cave. That's kind of the vibe that you're getting from it. And you kind of see that the matriarch has stopped. There's a little bit further in. It's a little dark at this point, and you can see that the even what bit of the canyon is cracked open at the top has had fabric and things kind of placed over it to create even more of a shade and a darkness in this area. And let me make sure I got the right thing. She kind of looks at Joel and is like, the outpost that I was talking about, that I had heard rumors of this crystal and that are, like I said, they seemed less substantial to me as their leader was a bit head in the clouds, we could say. Big ideas, not much gusto behind them.
Disgusting.
But, exactly. We, at one point in time, before me, before her, our outpost had been partners, had trade and the likes. And it went on for a bit, but unfortunately our technology and the ability to keep it up kept dwindling without any sort of resources to really keep it going. And she'll kind of like turn around and kind of disappears into the shadows. You have just this really stark contrast of the morning sun coming in and this darkness in the back of the cave. And you hear what almost sounds a little bit like a generator kind of like whirring to life, as in there's just this flash of like purple light as you see like back in the very back end of this cave, it's pretty almost hidden, is this, lack of better terms, portal. It's kind of standing up tall. It's made of just various salvaged metals all put together, big enough for a pretty substantial vehicle to get through. Like I said, all this different kind of metals and stuff. And you see that like a very cracking and lightning and sparkling crystal that looks like it doesn't have much gusto left in it makes this whole area kind of bright blue. You can see the like electricity kind of running through the cracks of this area. And she'll kind of look back to you and it's like, this will get you to our partnered civilization beyond the wastes, beyond the vast dunes, and to a realm that is, well, a bit more hidden from a lot of what we have to do. You mentioned this Zephyr?
Yeah.
Being one that has quite the large area and can fly. I would also assume that maybe this area is their place of operation, because my fellow compatriot thought that this air crystal could get them a city in the sky away from the harsh reality. Now you see why I couldn't really believe it as much. If she would have just said it controlled the wind, I might have bought it. But, fling their city into the sky, I don't know. It seems wild.
No, it sounds absolutely batshit, and I would never believe that. And I believe almost everything.
Thank you. That is honestly very validating, especially now with the actual other crystal being here. But anyway, I don't know if this portal on the other side will still be active, still be available. So it'll be a test. If you go through and you just see the wall, we've got our answer, and it's going to be a long trek for you. If it does, I don't know if it will hold to come back, hence all of the supplies we have given you, because that will involve a long ride through the race back. Or in a perfect world, it's going to be totally fine.
Yeah, we do need to come back in 2 weeks because I do have a previous engagement with Colin Joe's wife.
Oh.
Also, I think Rumble has something, but
yeah, just something minor.
It's mostly me.
Wonderful.
It's a very, very important engagement.
Honestly, yes. Well, I guess all I can say with this is I wish you luck. I don't know how much more I can direct you other than to try and if she's there, she went by. Someone give me a name. I didn't.
Taylor, fuck.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Penny,
That was
Penny.
automatic.
Penny?
No, we have Polly or Poppy. No, Sandra.
Sandra.
And Sandra.
Sandra.
It's fine.
Oh,
'cause
maybe
we're
it should
not
have been
gonna be-
Wendy.
Wendy.
Wendy's
Wendy.
good. Wendy's good. I like Wendy.
I love that member of Red Velvet.
Yes, the best one.
So she's like,
Yeah.
Wait,
Joy
sorry,
is right there.
Joy. So, hold on. Top three.
she's like, well, see if Matriarch Wendy has anything of use to be able to tell you. I haven't, if we're going to be honest, heard from them in years. We had a bit of a falling out because I didn't want to live in a civilization in the sky. We've been through it. It was hard to believe. But that to be said, see if maybe they can give you any directions or just follow the trail best there. Maybe, Anne-Marie, you can find some sort of calling codes, calling signs, whatever, of
I got it.
Zephyr, and that can track us down to.
Yeah. Or I just do it myself and then they contact me. Not that I'd know how.
I mean, I guess that's up to you. If you think that, I don't know, does he know that you have a relation with this outpost? Would he have any sort of fear that you looking for him means looking for their captive?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
Well,
yeah.
Good luck then.
Definitely.
And again, if you have any questions for her, otherwise she's not one for long goodbyes. Is like, all right.
Is she waiting for us to go through the portal?
Yeah.
Damn it. I'll say
I'm just sitting in the car, like really silently waiting to see what Rumble does.
Rumble's gonna glare at the matriarch, not say anything.
She's not even looking at you.
I'm looking at her.
Yeah, I know. But she's like pointedly not been looking because she's like, I'm not even gonna fuck with it.
Glare at her anyway, and it's just gonna crank up the music and then just floor it. No, I'm not gonna floor it. There's a wall behind there.
If it doesn't work, you're gonna slam into a wall.
I'm not gonna do that. I am going to safely pull forward, but it's very menacing because it's like, and like slowly.
How funny would it be though? Like you're like, turn the music on, floor it, just slam into the wall on the other side because the portal doesn't work.
We would all turn into those damn like safety test dummies that are like. It would be awful. And that ends our run of Thirsty.
Yeah. Well, I think we should keep going because it would just be a one-person story. Because
that would just be me and Poppy.
Oh, that's true.
Like she's like, oh, well, let's get you another crew.
I'm determined to do this. So.
We all roll new characters.
We'll be back next week with a whole new crew. But yeah, you gingerly and safely pull forward through this portal. It very much feels a bit like a car wash that like does the wild ass like music and lights, you know. So
oh hell yeah!
Just like, oh my god, as it just washes over the car. Probably does like kind of burn away any dirt. Like you're gonna get on the other side and it's gonna be pristine, you know.
No, that was part of the charm.
Well, you're starting over. You gotta do some wheelies when you get on the other side. You were asking what's her face to clean your car every day, and you don't even want it clean.
I mean,
maybe.
Do we make it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the middle of narrating it. Do you have something before I continue?
No, you're good. I just have something that Rumble's gonna do as soon as we get through. So,
you start to kind of see that light wash over, and then the same will be for you and Poppy, as well, as I'm sure you follow directly behind, or it's even large enough, honestly, y'all could kind of walk right next to him, since who knows how many trips this is going to survive. And there's a blinding flash of light after a moment, and it just completely envelops everybody. And as that like kind of brilliance fades and you're able to kind of blink and better see your surroundings, you find yourself in a vastly different world. You are at the edge of another cliff, very similar, like kind of meeting up. The ground, less sand, more like gravelly and dirt. The walls, less that red stone and more a little bit brown mountainous vibes. You can see the peaks of mountains in the distance around you, as it looks like you're kind of coming out of this valley. But more directly, you notice absolute destruction as you are kind of adjusting this new surroundings, and the settlement that you anticipated to find is absolutely nowhere to be seen. Instead, all that remains is a vast expanse of broken earth and shattered remnants. Something used to stand here, and there's just like chaos, as it almost looks like the land has just been like torn apart by some sort of colossal force, and like just kind of wrenched it out of reality. You can't like see, it's just these big gashes in the ground in various spaces. The destruction beyond the scope of like natural erosion or weathering or even like war by human hands, unless they had like mega backhoes and spent a long time making it look fucked. You see that amidst all of this portal that stands kind of behind you, protected by just the sheer stone walls similar to y'all's, where you can see that shards of crystal litter the ground, as clearly this area also was not untouched by this destruction. And you now look back and you see that, well, the crystal on y'all's side was very much just wearing and worn. It looks like it didn't have a lot of gusto in it. This one is absolutely sheared in half, as well as part of the portal. Like the salvage metal has been ripped apart, and you see like some rock and stuff kind of like fallen on top of it. And as y'all pull through, you see that blue or bluish purple glow starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and growing. And you can see these electric kind of sparks shooting out in various directions behind y'all.
Do I have space to floor it now?
You're going to do a little four-wheeling, but absolutely.
Yeah, Rumble's going to try to get away from that because that looks pretty dangerous.
Yes, I will do the same.
You
I'll stand and look at it for
like, whoa, what's happening? It's science.
Anne-Marie just looks up. Does it do anything?
I mean, I assume you're in the car, so at least if Rumble is going, unless you want to be on foot and just staring at it, you also totally have the ability to do that.
I'll like open the car window and
and
just stick my head out and look up.
Love it. So you watch as that energy starts to kind of make its way just through every crack around it, and then just with like another burst of bright light just absolutely rips the entire portal apart, hits into that energy, into the cliff itself, that just falls down in big chunks and absolutely demolishes what is left of this already very hesitant, like barely put together entrance here. You've kind of pulled off and you kind of look around in this just like very, and like it's not like starkly different, like you're very much like in the mountains that meet the desert, it's not like you've been transported from the middle of the desert to like the middle of like a very lush forest area kind of vibe, it's that very like mountainous desert area, but it does have a very different smell, a very different feel, a very different look. all of this destruction, it's eerily quiet. You hear absolutely nothing. Take a bit of a breath. It feels a little fresher, and it's windy as hell, as it just seems to be like ripping through all of this. And kind of look around. What would y'all like to do in this moment while you're just kind of taking in the area? Now the explosion, happened far enough away that, other than maybe a hum in your ears, you're not really too rocked by it.
As we like pulled forward and then that explosion happens and Rumble will like screech to a halt with that, Rumble's pissed because this was stupid. Like, what the hell? So she's literally gonna let out this just like, what the hell? And it's like probably to Anne Marie, who's I'm guessing in like the passenger seat. She's like, can you believe that bitch? She expected us to just go through here and like maybe survive, and is just gonna go on this like rant about the matriarch and is just like cursing up a storm and is just so like aggravated. Like, not only does she not care about like my sister's life, she doesn't care about our life. She didn't care about anything. And it's just like everything that she couldn't fully get out in front of the matriarch is just kind of like, wow. If it was like a cartoon, it'd be that blah 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 like kind of thing that's happening. Is probably going to be on that soapbox for.
Oh yeah, Anne Marie's just listening in silence, just nodding along every once in a while. And if there's a break at any point, she's just gonna be like, "I don't support mutiny, but I can see why people might throw the idea around."
I think Rumble would just kind of like at the end and like a huff, just like, well, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm still gonna be mad about it. Like it's like we don't have to commit mutiny or do a mutiny, whatever.
We shouldn't. It's very bad. I'm just saying I would know how to do one. We're not gonna do it. I don't support mutiny, but I know how to do a mutiny.
Rumble's gonna look like really close at your face and see if this is sarcasm. Like, is this like, so you're saying one thing but you mean another?
You want to figure a person out?
Can I figure a person out?
Absolutely, you can.
With my -3 right now?
Yes!
I love how Rumble's still mad, even though the matriarch gave you an instant way to travel 2 months worth of distance,
That we could have died.
Or you could have driven across this for a month and your sister would have been dead by the time you got here.
She's not thinking about that. That didn't.
She quite literally asked Anne Marie if the Zephyr would know.
But now she's mad because not only she doesn't care about her sister being dead, she doesn't care about us being dead, she doesn't care about my car being dead.
I wanted her to be cool, and you're just grumping.
No, she's very cool and hot.
She's very cool. I love her.
She's cool. Her. Rumble is wrong.
I agree. I'm not saying I agree with Rumble. She is very cool. Rumble is angry. There's a condition. I'm playing into the condition.
Oh my gosh. Let us role play.
That's going to be a 2. That's going to be a 2.
Yeah, I don't think you figure out shit.
Does something happen?
You get experience.
Oh yeah, you do get experience.
XP.
Where is it? Where is it on the second one? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nothing.
Yeah, so I don't think anything. I don't think there's anything like disastrous.
I think
I burst into flames.
I think Rumble leans back and goes, "Yeah, mutiny would be bad."
Yes.
Okay. And it's just gonna be really sus about.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to know how to do one. Purely for an academic reason.
Okay. Maybe on the car ride home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
She's gonna now it's just went from angry to really confused. Are we mutiny? Is there a mutiny? If we look up, is there a city in the sky?
No. You look up and you can kind of see up as the mountains kind of continue. I will say, since you're kind of looking around, though, that you do see what looks to be like a broken down like building up at like kind of the peak of this like shorter kind of mountain here.
And it's all connected to the ground, like nothing's floating.
Nothing's floating. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Would I be able to like ride around on Poppy and maybe, I don't know if this would be defy disaster, but maybe try to use my metaphysical knowledge and like knowledge of magic to see if I can figure out anything that happened here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you kind of for free a bit as you're looking around, as there's not much disaster here to defy currently that you're noticing. But you kind of ride around in some of this like destruction, and there's not a ton like really left behind. Like maybe occasionally you'll see like a cup, a pot, like a piece of clothing, like something that like clearly people were here, but it's not like anything substantial. It's not like things buried. It's not like things burnt down or anything like that. But I would say with kind of like your metaphysical, you do get like the realization that this could not have been like created by just human hand, it makes you kind of think a bit more seriously about it. But then you also just get a bit of that kind of like static in the air, like there was some sort of like substantial kind of magic that has happened. It's kind of that like feeling that you get when you are near another crystal, when you're trying to kind of like use some sort of magical power in this world. Probably even like when you're using your sword, you can feel it with the hit, so you're like accustomed to that like aftermath of it. And the fact that it's still kind of relevant, or like you can feel it here, may not necessarily mean that it has like just happened, but you definitely can tell that it was like something very large that had like kind of scarred this land a bit with it. And as you're kind of looking around and walking on Poppy, maybe kind of going up a little in the hill to get a better look, you notice that up in that kind of wreckage of like a old rundown looking house or something that Rumble had pointed out, you see another one a little bit further, but this one looks like the house almost looks like it's upside down and like kind of broken down a bit. Like, did it fall off of like a higher cliff? Like what? But it's like another one that doesn't seem like it should be there, a little funky.
Am I seeing any kind of like remains or like anything that looks like people have been killed here, or just
Not here, no.
okay. I'll ride up alongside the car and kind of like motion for someone to. Well, I think the window's already rolled down because Anne-Marie was like leaning out of it, and I'll say, I'm not seeing any casualties or injured people, so some kind of powerful magic happened here, but I'm not sure what it is or what it could be.
Taylor, question for GM Taylor, question for you. We know that like the matriarch explained that the portal lets out like into this compound.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
so
a neighboring village, essentially.
So
or neighboring, partnering.
So it's not like we were supposed to travel away and then find it.
Yeah, no, this was supposed to be a direct trade route kind of vibe.
Okay. What if it's like a puzzle? Like, we have to solve a puzzle. Actually, hold on. And I'm gonna look at those maps, see if there's anything on those maps.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot we had those. This is why you're yes.
You can read maps.
Only maps.
Only maps. And then it's like what words are on there just thinks that they are symbols that are supposed to be on maps, and they mean exactly what they mean. But
I mean, I don't even need any symbols above it. If there's a triangle, that's a mountain.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of look at this map, and you're able to, on one of them, more accurately tell where you are. As you can see the little further peaks here, you see that there's like notes that almost look like kind of like spires of rocks, you know, like a little more formation like. You can kind of see them in the distance on the edge of some of the mountains, and you see like the marker for a civilization here, and you know, a little bit of like kind of a what the trade routes or general driving in and out can be. You can see where like the remnants of streets, you know, just worn down dirt paths, you know, like roads, but like very clearly have not been touched in a very long time. As you're able to kind of see that, oh, okay, that indention was supposed to be a road. Like that's wild. But by all accounts, this should be right. There should be a town here. This should be it. Everything here is kind of like pointing to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I turn it upside down. Does that do anything?
You can kind of see the rules a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, well, all those rules are correct. I'm out of ideas. I mean, well, I do kind of have one more. So are we trying anything? Like, you know, anything that comes to mind, we're just going to try it?
Would you tell us what you're thinking before?
Well, no one's going to
do
get
it?
hurt that I know of.
Okay.
That's good.
So it should be fine to tell us then before you do it.
Well, I was just planning on just getting out of the car and screaming into the sky.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where my head is at right now. If you guys have any other ideas.
Is it because you're upset?
No, I just think it's kind of so. One of the things I used to say on the ship is, if you need me, you know, I'll be in my locked room in my personal quarters. But if you need me, just scream into the sky and I'll hear you. So.
So you think maybe someone else also has that rule?
I think. Well, I'll be honest. A lot of captains have that rule.
Right. Is the captain that we don't want to meet though? Right. Is the
right, but. It's not.
Did want to meet him.
He's not the only captain. I honestly, if anything happens at this point, I feel like that's good for us.
I think you should scream into the sky.
I will definitely scream into the sky.
This does sound like a foolproof plan that nothing can go wrong with. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the car and like really like ready myself to just let out like a full Bigfoot howl into the sky.
Okay. You all watch as Anne-Marie kind of like walks forward, gets a big couple of breaths, get ready, and then just, lets loose like the most wild noise y'all have heard. Think of watching like, you know, Bigfoot Hunter on Discovery, crazy ass noises they make, out into the sky. And it just echo, that just same howl. And then y'all hear crack and a little bit of like a crumble as like dunk, 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 a rock kind of falls from above y'all. Dunk, 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 dunk. More of them. And one of those houses just starts to slide off the side of the mountain towards y'all.
Gunning it.
Something happened.
Rumble guns it. I don't know. Anne-Marie was standing out like yelling, so Anne-Marie's got to run. Maybe you can pick her up on Poppy.
Sprinting.
Can I do a cool like spin and like get like spin like do like a donut in such a way that like Anne-Marie can just kind of like sit down and end up back into the car?
Yes.
And then like spin off?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Can I look back at the house and make sure there's not like people? Like that's not like
we're already dead.
Yeah,
just like doom.
People like,
in this house.
Yeah, no, like it was very clearly run down. Like parts of the roof were gone. Like, I mean, someone could have possibly been squatting in there, but it would not give them much protection. Okay. So you're not like, and you're not seeing anyone like running out of it, like, oh, my house, you know, like
my house is falling down.
So you're all are able to, you have plenty of time as it starts to down here. And then it just kind of lands in a heap, just like bits of like wood and stuff just go flying everywhere. As like, there's still some trees and things like in the distance. So they had a little bit
good.
more.
They can rebuild.
Yeah, they had some wood and such.
Maybe
but
the
it like hit.
house was a captain, and that's why it came when you
It
yelled
came
into the
calling.
sky.
Listen, my goal was to get a reaction, and I got it, and I think I succeeded. So you're welcome.
You'll do notice as you're kind of like looking at this house that like now it is definitely like destroyed, but it does have like some like char to it, like it had been on fire at some point in time too. And
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, pretty sure that's not from Emery's scream.
I mean, it could be. We're not 100% sure at this point, but I've never done it before. Because, I mean, I'll never do it in the future.
Is there like, can we get out and like search the house? I don't know. Like,
I mean, it's pretty flattened here, so you can
Yeah.
kind of see all of what would have been in it, which is a good bit, but not a ton. Like it is, everything looks relatively new, but like relatively untouched. Like, you can see that there are some pots and pans and things that have kind of like dunk off to the side that like are clearly like were seasoned and well used, but aren't like rusted and like fallen apart. So like while it seems like this house has been left to kind of fall apart, not everything in it is as old as maybe the house itself was. Like it's definitely not like post it getting fucked up. It's like when the house got messed up, the things did as well, but it wasn't like 500 years ago, like the ruins. It was like last year, kind of vibe.
So it's not a model home.
Not a model home at all. It's a fixer-upper for sure. You may have to do a little trash pack out, but it could be nice. But
especially now.
Look, it's you can start from scratch. It's just scraps at this point. But you're able, now that you've kind of zoomed back a little bit more, kind of see where it has fallen, and you start to notice that there's like up above where that house kind of sat, that there's like a sheer break in some of the rock above it. And then where this house has like tumbled, you can see like above it, there's not like a lot of damage. It looks like this house just like fell. Like you can't tell where it would have come from to like fall to. And you see a bit of like scorch where the one house like clearly had that like break of the rock above it. You see some scorch on it. And it seems like whatever this kind of destruction is, like this isn't the same, but there is also something weird that has kind of happened around this. So it's like if you wanted, like y'all could kind of hike up. It's not very far, like it's just a fun little day hike, or if you want to like drive around to like the other side of this kind of peak and try and get a vibe, you could as well.
Do you mean
but
when
yeah,
it's like
no bodies
nobody
out of the house?
Did you mean like it just like it fell off the cliff, not just like,
you see no evidence that, so there's the one that just fell on y'all, obviously fell off the cliff, but it looks like something above it had broken, like a piece of the rock had like also broken off, but like clearly the damage that this house sustained when it was up there was not from just a rock breaking off. It was like much more damage. The other one that Anne-Marie or Caspia saw that was like upside down, you see no evidence that it fell from anything above it.
And you said we don't see a city in the sky.
You don't see a city in the sky.
Taylor, we tried everything.
Is there anything? Okay.
If it's not in the sky, where might it be?
Does it look like it was pushed in?
It looks like things have fallen from the sky. The things that have fallen from the sky are buildings.
Okay. I was trying to figure out if there was like a field, like a force field, and it's like invisible.
Oh, my brain went Western Air Temple, so.
A bit.
So it was in this. What we're seeing used to be in the sky.
Yeah, it's
and something happened. It seems.
Or a giant threw a house Whatever y'all find
Are
more
there
believable.
giants in this world?
I mean, it was
You've
a
never
Bigfoot
seen
call.
one.
Isn't that what we said? It was a Bigfoot call. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Maybe there's a giant up
there.
there. Maybe you need to find the beanstalk.
Yeah.
Actually, Bigfoot is a he/him lesbian, so
Hmm.
Bigfoot and Matt, he them lesbians.
Canon, right here. Heard it first.
I think we should. I think Caspia looks at the other two and says, maybe we should just walk to the top of this peak and see if we can get a better vantage point from there, because it seems like this used to be in the sky and isn't anymore. Yeah. Which means either someone took the crystal or it could be around here somewhere.
Oh, I highly doubt it's around here, but I'm totally down to look. I look at the maps again and see if there's an X marks the spot, which is not a letter. So it doesn't.
No, it's a symbol.
That's
But
a-
no,
that's a
you do not see
picture.
it.
It's a
Okay.
picture. Well, all letters are pictures.
Not really. Some of them are just lines.
Yeah, X is not just lines, definitely.
X means something, okay?
Well, yeah, letters don't mean anything.
Yeah, if y'all wanna hike
I'm right.
up a little.
Yeah, I do.
Can I drive around while they hike? But
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
still be in view. So we're
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like covering two spots.
So you start to kind of take off in either direction. I bet, like going up would be easy with Poppy too. It's like a horse kind of, it does all right. So Anne-Marie and Caspia can kind of hop on the back of Poppy and make their way up while I keep almost calling you Risky. Rumble.
Okay.
And Rolly and
just
Marion.
turn the knife, Taylor.
I know, I'm so sorry. Head off and kind of drive around the edge. And for ease, like on y'all's trek up, you start to see more and more a random like stone brick, some more pieces of wood, a pot, a hat, a shoe. Very
Cool is that hat?
things. It's like a little like baseball cap vibe, basic.
I'm not
but
gonna wear it, but I'll grab it.
Yeah,
I'll grab it for sure.
Yeah. Just dad cap, and
I held it out to Caspia.
I take it, but I don't put it on.
One day.
I put it in my bag.
One day.
Oh no, I have plans for this hat now.
You so you see various other things that just feel out of place, and especially for things like pots or pans or something that are a little more substantial but have some sort of like oomph to it, like they are dented in and crushed and such. Risky as now I did it. Rumble, as you're driving around, like you notice that road has not been used in a long while. You can see where like some ruts would have been from multiple cars that are just like starting to get covered over by just general like prairie grass and dirt. And nothing too wild until you round around the end of this kind of like outcropping that this civilization seemed to be kind of built back into to protect itself from the wind, and the wind hits even more than it already was kind of whipping in there. The same as y'all make it up to the summit past this house that has just been like absolutely, you can now see it's just like crunched in from the roof in, and just like bits and pieces of it left. And you all get the same view as you come around, that in this other valley kind of heading into the desert, you see wreckage. You see buildings scattered everywhere. You see just like clothing and, in the trees, you can see bits of clothing and paper and stuff that have been like caught up in it. And, it doesn't rain a ton. It hasn't like worn down. You see what looks to be a city a bit bigger than y'all's does, it would have been wooden constructs and stuff, since they had some like trees and such nearby. But I mean, it looks absolutely shattered, along with big pieces of rock and earth that seem to like be a part of it, or all mixed in, that don't make sense. Like it clearly has traveled from this other section and is just spread out everywhere. The dirt and sand kind of starting to come up and catch pieces of it. If I would say, for those on the road, if you kind of like drive up closer, you now do see some bones sticking out in various places, but it's been long enough that it's bones left.
That giant was angry.
Oh, yeah. Well, looks like Windy, I guess.
Ooh. Yeah, probably throw her off the ship, huh?
Or well, she might have thrown herself off the not like that. Not like okay, never mind. I'm gonna backtrack. That's not the phrase I wanted to use. Anyway,
Actually, we don't have to, because there's no meat, so it's not an issue.
you only throw meat off the ship?
Well, yeah, because we don't want to be cannibals.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So now that they're just bones, we can actually use the bones for arts and crafts.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet.
Caspia thinking about this conversation.
We're like yelling at each other from opposite sides because we're not in the
Yelling
same
down the
place.
mountain.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot you were so far. So you're just yelling, and I think Caspia, if you're truly yelling down at Rumble, Caspia is going to like. This doesn't really make sense, but I imagine that you're sitting in front, like on Poppy, that you're sitting in front, and I'm like sitting behind and like have my arms around for like the reins or whatever, and I'm just going to put my hand around your mouth, because the last time you were yelling like this, there was an avalanche, and we were on the mountain. So I think just like without saying anything, I was just gonna put my hand on your mouth.
Dude, I don't know how solid ground works.
It's valid. Do any of us?
Can I roll to entice? By just doing that.
Say that again. Sorry.
Can I roll to entice after just covering?
Absolutely, you can.
Covering Anne-Marie's hand with my mouth with my mouth.
Mouth
No.
with my mouth? Ooh.
Yeah, I cover her mouth with my mouth. To quiet her. All right. That is a. Was it plus heart? Yeah, that's a 7.
Nice. All right. So you get to gain a string on them unless they decide instead to choose get flustered and awkward, promise something they think you want, or give in to desire. Would you like to do either of those 3 things, Anne-Marie?
I mean,
or let them get the string?
I'm going to get very flustered, I think.
I love that so much. Caspia has no idea. Like this is like one of those things where like she's doing something but like accidentally enticing Anne-Marie. So I think just has a hand on your mouth. And it's like
just like
last
pulls
time you
close
did that,
and you're like, oh my god.
yeah. The last time you did that, we almost died.
Ooh.
Ooh. Hot.
Your hand is covering my mouth. I can't say anything.
I think after you're not like, it seems like you're fine with it. I did that. I take my hand away from your mouth.
Cool. That was great. Thank you for doing that.
I guess anytime.
I'm just looking down at Rumble.
Are y'all okay? You stopped yelling.
I'm going like this to Rumble.
You can all start to make your way to meet back up. And as you start going, I guess, do you want to meet back up in the last yell before yelling dude from at the wreckage, or like back where y'all started? Where's like kind of the connection?
I feel like we just like meet each other in the middle, right?
Just straight
like
down,
we-
straight down the mountain,
yeah.
kind of between them all. You start to head down, and it's you know, if there wasn't like the death of an entire civilization right there, like a really nice day, like really pretty view, you know, maybe that's still like your vibe. I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, and we're just like, it's so pretty. Oh my god. As you all start to meet back up, Henry, you hear something echoing. And it gets a little closer, and it gets a little closer, and you can hear the sound of a propeller and a plane engine.
Ah, fuck me.
As you all start to meet back up at the bottom.
Okay. Can we? Okay. This whole place is like wreckage. Is there like something we can hide under?
Yeah, you can get up in the there's probably a bit of a crater at some points. Like there's bits of that rock, there's the buildings, like wreckage. Like you could easily kind of pull up and get out of view.
Yeah, I would like to do that, but I still want to be able to kind of like see the sky.
So you all what? Like, I guess, do you kind of direct everyone like fucking hide, or are you
Probably,
just, like, you know?
yeah.
Okay.
We know Zephyr is like on a plane, like uses a plane, right? Because Emery said it. So
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think like if you start to see Emery get a little like shifty and says hide, like that's about the time that y'all start hearing it. You're just not as accustomed to what that noise is, especially over the wind. You know, you kind of start to notice it as well.
Since my car kind of looks like shit, is it just kind of like fine?
Shiny
like,
shit now though from the portal. Granted, the explosion probably dropped even more dirt on it, so it's probably back to being dirty.
We all on our way hiding, like to hide, we just throw shit on the car.
You're like, ah, get it down here.
Get dirty. Yeah, y'all can kind of rush, throw some more dirt and maybe some just like pieces of wood and cloth over the car so it's a little less noticeable. Anne-Marie, you kind of post up in the wreckage of one of these houses that are kind of on its side, and you know, window all smashed in, but you can kind of see out as you're just like in the middle of what like clearly used to be a kid's bedroom. You know, you can see like little toys and boots and things. No like body, but like people lived in this, and you're able to kind of look up as you see that like same yellow and blue bright ass little like twin engine plane come flying over with a few more in kind of formation behind it. And you can kind of see that before it gets to y'all, as it's still kind of over the desert a bit, you know, like the ones that do like the smoke writing or like the sky writing, you can see he kind of unleashes some of that kind of like gas and whatever it is that makes that happen. But it's like bright yellow, as clearly there's like some pigment in there. Just for a little, does like a couple of spurts, like it's signaling something like out further in the desert before then it flew right over y'all and kind of heads towards where those like rocky spires were.
Okay. Well, they're either crop dusting or something else. Okay. Yeah, I'll like when I'm sure that like they're gone, I'll get out and be like, all right, rocks? That's where they're going. Rocks? Or do you guys want to like hang out here for a little bit? It's a nice place.
One of the other buildings just like crumples in the background. Like
oh no. So just so I get this all straight, before I have a plan, we don't want Zephyr to know that we're here.
I mean, it would be nice if it was a surprise, right?
But we think that Zephyr is the one that was in the cave.
Probably. Or people that worked for him.
Ooh, no. Okay. Okay, we're almost gonna wait for a second to see if anybody else says anything.
I'm just looking around for like any cool shit on the ground. So
Emery's like, I did my job.
Yep.
If Rumble looks like she's like either trying to decide or like waiting to hear what other people say, Caspia will say, Rumble, we think Zephyr has risky, so I think you should decide what our plan of action is, because if it goes wrong, then it could affect you the most.
I have a plan, but I don't think y'all are gonna like it.
I found a cape.
That's a find.
It's just a blanket.
Hey Emery, how bad did you say this guy Zephyr was?
Well, I mean, he's when you say bad, I mean he's powerful, but like he's kind of like a piece of shit.
Is he like bad meaning bad or bad meaning good, you know?
No, I'm bad meaning good. He's bad meaning bad.
I see.
But I think that he would say he's bad meaning good and I'm bad meaning bad. That's how rival captains like think of it. So
what's like the worst thing he ever did that you
I'm trying to think of something that he did that I didn't.
Interesting. That's a little telling right there.
Hold on. Hold on.
Caspia very hesitantly says cannibalism.
You know what?
Right? Is he past the cannibal line?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've never been on his crew.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, but I mean, again,
he was about the mutiny. You did know that at least. So
he did do mutiny.
He did do mutiny.
I never did mutiny. I didn't have to. I was already a pirate captain, so
okay.
Like I didn't have to take control. I was already in control, and then no one did mutiny on me. So like that does suck for him.
Okay. How far away are we from like the spires or whatever?
You can see them, but they're like off in the distance. So, you know, like a day's, maybe less than a full day's drive to get to like the base of them. Yeah, like they're just in the distance. You can kind of see them. They're like this one, like there's the valley where it looks like the civilization used to live in. And then over here into the desert, a little further off where it has like crumbled, it's on like the where it used to be side further into the mountains.
So it's like far.
It's like, yeah, like you can see this desert that it crashed in. If you kept going that direction, you would be home, but you got to go into the mountains the opposite way.
I see.
So
how
it's
far
like,
away?
It's probably not, like I said, it's probably like a day because of like having to deal with like the terrain, you know, like trying to kind of figure out a path.
And is he like really far now, or is he still like relatively close?
No, he's in a plane. He gone.
Fuck. Okay. I'm conflicted. Okay. Dang, I don't think my plan is going to work, or I think it's going to be a waste of time.
What are your plans? You wanna talk them through meta wise?
I was gonna try to get kidnapped so that y'all could follow behind.
That's fun.
And
what if we all get kidnapped and then we attack from kidnapped?
That's true. That's true. I was thinking in more of like a way like I get kidnapped and y'all could like ambush, have the freedom to ambush, but all getting kidnapped and then ambush from the inside like an alien erupting from a stomach. That's also a good move.
I could also just take you as my hostages and be like, "Hey, what's up, fuckers?"
Oh, we could
You
do
could,
the fake
yeah,
hostage
you could be
plan.
like Princess Leia.
What?
Like Princess Leia with
Who?
Chewbacca.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Did that happen?
It's an old story from before the apocalypse.
Did that actually happen in Star Wars? I've never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anne-Marie, did you say you don't have a way to contact Zephyr, right?
Why are you winking at me?
Okay, you have a way to contact Zephyr, right?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, like, it's not a direct, like, phone call, whatever that is. But, I mean, like, you know, if I, like, arrange, like, a pile of bodies in a certain way, he'll definitely know that, you know. Not that we actually have to do that. There's other ways. I'm just saying that's one of them.
Okay. If he saw you, would he kidnap you instantly, or like would he take you as like a prisoner?
It's so hard to explain. I mean, technically, no.
I don't
but
understand this
also,
relationship.
Yes. So there's a mutual respect between the two of us, right? But I lack a crew right now, so we could still argue that I'm a captain, but he's more of a captain than I am. But still, I'm more of a legal captain because I never committed mutiny. So we're kind of on the same level at this point, like technically, if we're like counting up specific points. So I don't think he'd immediately attack or like kidnap me. I think that he would offer me, like, you know, like safe passage and be like, hey, stay at my place for a night. But really, it would just be a threat if I didn't go. And then it would be like very passive aggressive, you know, like you better fucking come and enjoy the festivities and my food. Otherwise, I'll stab you right here, right now.
You live in a vastly different world. It sounds very interesting. Plan 7 by this point.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's for the maps. So
Sorry, plan whatever.
Probably 11. I think 11 she doesn't know.
That's true. That's true. Okay, plan 11.
If we start at 11.
there
Plan-
are 27 rules.
Plan 7-11. How about that? Okay. What if we start heading towards where the plane came from? Hopefully we hit whatever their stronghold is. Y'all hang back, or Anne-Marie hangs back, or somebody, some hang back. Some get kidnapped and infiltrate. Then, Anne-Marie, you show up a little bit later and you go, that's my crew. And you use some kind of like the honor of captains. You kidnapped my crew without, because he wouldn't know. He would just be like, why are these
That's
people
true.
like in my
That's
place?
true. But legally, by pirate code, you would then belong to him. You would be in his crew. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Is there a way that we could not, and we could just be still in your crew but kidnapped? Like, is there a special like signal that we have to do, like a fancy armband that we have to wear?
Could we join his crew and then if you mutiny someone who committed mutiny previously, that probably isn't really that bad.
It cancels each other out.
I suppose, yeah, you could do that.
Could you still be friends with mutineers is what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially, yeah. That would be fine. That would be totally fine.
So confused.
Although it's a little bit more like, I don't know if you guys know like the subtleties of a mutiny. You know, I can explain in detail. It would take quite a while. I mean, we would have to get there, so maybe you should also be in the car so that I can explain it to you.
Okay. Plan 11-7. What if you put on a disguise? We all get kidnapped. Then you reveal yourself and say, I am Captain. I am Captain Anne-Marie, and I'm committing a mutiny. And then again, we alien erupt from the stomach and have a mutiny.
And then you would have a new crew. A bigger
That's
crew.
that's a great idea. I love this idea, and I'm totally down with it. I
And
just want to be clear
planes.
that you
And
did
planes.
use the word mutiny wrong, because I'm a separate captain, so and I'm not part of the crew. So what I would do wouldn't be a mutiny.
It would be
Hostile takeover.
okay. Are we fine with that one? Are we good there?
That one's fine. That one's
Oh,
absolutely
great.
fine.
Okay.
Let's do a hostile takeover.
Do you have a disguise?
I'll be honest with you. I do not own a lot of clothes, and the ones that I do barely fit over my boobs.
Oh, that's true. He would
We
instantly
need to find some
recognize you by your boobs.
We need to find some
That's the only
scraps of
issue.
fabric to
Yeah, we
serve
need
as
Y'all
a
are in the
binder.
ruins of a city.
Oh, that's true. Hey, your cape.
I mean, I would
Cape be a binder.
I don't know. I think I would rather actually wear the cape as a cape, just because I think it's very cool, and I think that he would think that that's cool. We could find like some old knee socks, and those wouldn't be big enough. We could find
Knee socks.
Thinking like bandages. Like,
yeah. We're gonna need oh gosh.
I need tape, super glue, tight,
Super glue.
bandages.
So y'all
We need
go
to
on
super
this
glue
like
your boobs.
yeah, y'all go on this just scavenger hunt through the wreckage of people's lives to find socks and tape and binders and the likes.
Honestly, I
undressing a
don't
few
even need to
bones
change
if
my
you need.
face. Like, as long as the boobs are like, they'll be like, there's no way that's Anne Marie.
Well, right,
You know?
because he's never looked at your face.
That's
always-
no one ever has.
Nobody knows what you actually look like.
It's part of, it's like how Blackbeard like always like lit his beard on fire and like to make it like his face all smoky.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
Perfect.
Oh my god. You'll get a disguise. We'll say. But my question is, are y'all going there? Are you trying to get him here? This is all very confusing for me as a storyteller trying to figure out where to send Jill next.
We've been workshopping it, okay?
Okay. I mean, if you need to keep workshopping, go for it. I just need to know if they're coming to you or you're going to them and how you're making either war happen.
I think the plan 11-7 was for us to approach their compound and get kidnapped or get what is the word I'm looking for? Something other than kidnapped. Get taken. I don't know. There's another word that I can't think of.
Abducted?
Thank you. Yeah.
That was the word you were looking
Imprisoned or something like that.
Mhm.
I don't think that. Anyway, yeah, and then sabotage from the inside.
Okay.
How
As
that
prisoners,
part
yeah.
works? That's like 11-7 part B.
Yeah.
We
Part
haven't
what?
workshopped.
No, they're part letters
C,
too. It's not
part
just
C.
numbers.
Part C. Sorry, part C.
Thank you.
Let's see.
My bad. Sorry.
This has devolved. I don't know what's happening anymore. We'll pick it up next time as whatever this fucking plan is happens. I don't know what's going on. And I think we need the other two for some wisdom here.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, everybody. We'll end it as they have dug through the wreckage of the city to find a disguise to cover Anne Marie's boobs and talked about letters and
Some tube socks.
We'll see what happens next time. We'll be back on Friday for like kind of the mid-season break finale vibe, because then we'll take the 16th off for a nice little chill and then we'll be back for the rest. Shoot, been a short little check that out. Let's go around real quick, everybody. And tell everybody what you got going on in your real lives that I hope are a little more planned. I'll go in the same order. We'll start with Blair.
I've been laughing. I don't have time to get my calendar up. Hi, I'm Blair _ Canadian Moose all over the place. I've been playing Rumble tonight, and yet again, just been a joy. I love this game so much. It's such a good time. looking at my calendar. I technically don't have anything until this again next Friday, but I will go ahead and drop on the 12th over on, you can usually find me at High Shelf Collective. That's where I'm at most of the time. And on the 12th at High Shelf Collective, run by Taylor, we're playing a special
Which Taylor?
one-shot. Oh, sorry, GM Taylor here. Oh, wait, just kidding. We're recording. Does that come out that day?
It airs the next week.
Oh, shit. Well.
Or later that week. When does it air? It airs on the 15th.
Oh, I even have that. It's a different color, damn it. Well, on the 15th, you'll see it, but we're not playing it that day. A special one-shot of The Corrupted, which we get to play with the creator of that game. We have yet to have our session 0, so I'll learn more next week. But I've been told it's The Last of Us vibes, which I'm very excited about. That's all you need to know.
Here, I can even show it off. I forgot I have it in physical form. The
Yes.
Corrupted by Navarre. If y'all have not gotten it, you should check it out. It's on itch.io. It's very good. And they're about to start a series that he's running that's like going to be on their podcast, Secret Nerd. Nope, I'm mixing it with the other one. I'll look up his podcast. Go on.
You have time from me to get to you. You have time to look it up. But yeah, other than Less and Dust next Friday, that's what I have coming up. So I just wanted to shout that out early because I have nothing else yet. So,
I was right. It was Secret Nerd Podcast. Sorry, in my head I changed the name and I was right. Go on.
Hey, there we go. I'm just gonna, since I don't have much going on, I'm just gonna shout out that we got a lot of stuff coming on High Shelf Collective, so definitely check out that stuff. We got a new series starting next week that is called Off the Shelf. That's like if you know what a presentation party is, it's basically a presentation party, but in stream form. So I'm shouting that out because I'm really excited about it. But yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going over there. So I'll be on there at some point eventually. But yeah, that's all I got going on. This has been fantastic. I love it.
Heck yeah. I forgot my order. Let's go to Taylor.
Hi. Stuff that I have going on. On my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/rollforfelicity. This month on the 24th, which is a Saturday, I'm doing an episode of, it's kind of like a video podcast vibes called Over the Table, which is I have guests on and we talk about Reddit stories and email submissions of people's TTRPG stuff. Horror stories of bad things that have happened at the table, asks for advice, fun stories of good things that have happened at the table. That's on the 24th. On the 22nd, I'm playing a 2-player game called Lost Among the Starlit Wreckage, which is a like sci-fi game that I'm very excited for. I think that's everything that I have scheduled for my channel, but the 6th and the 13th, so the next 2 Tuesdays, I'm going to be on Girls Run These Worlds, doing the last 2 episodes of the Monster Hearts campaign that I've been running for them. So it's season 2. It'll be the penultimate episode and then the finale. And it's been really, really good. They found Mothman and are trying to get him a romantic connection with one of their friends. So it's been very, very fun. I'm really excited to see how it all wraps up. I think that's everything I've got going on. You can find me online, Roll for Felicity, most platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Blue Sky, YouTube, all that stuff.
Wait, Taylor, did you say on the 24th you're having, wait, I missed the beginning part of that because I was checking something and I can't look and read something. Did you say you're having another one of the Reddit?
Yes.
It is so good. Everybody go watch that. I was there for the last one and
Yeah.
It was the stories y'all told. I literally like grabbed my partner and was like, oh my God, can you believe this? The Vampire the Masquerade Tower Oh my! I was literally sitting there like, no. Oh, it's so good. Y'all are so much fun. I just have to hype that up because it was a
Thank
great
you.
stream to watch.
It was fun.
was
Yeah,
great.
last time I started off with a story from Reddit that was someone's bad experience playing Vampire the Masquerade, where the person telling the story had them go up a David S. Pumpkins style elevator of 100 floors, but every time the door opened, it was an insane sex scene. And every time it would happen, the DM would be like, "And you like it?"
And he wouldn't. I don't know if but
Yeah.
he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. Even when they tried to like not make it happen, he was like,
they tried to like kill people. They were like, "I shoot the people in there," and it's like they're powerful vampires. Nothing happens.
I pressed the top floor. Doesn't matter. You still land on every floor. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
The most oblivious person I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
That's
do
a
you like
really good
stories like
April
that?
1st like campaign.
Yeah, if you like stories like that, come by on the 24th because we'll be telling more stories like that of people who are doing the wildest things you can imagine.
Love it.
Love it. Let's go over to Ashton.
What is going on, Power Bottoms? Thanks for watching my Minecraft Let's Play. I have IBS and it'll be okay. Yeah, I've been Ashton and I was also Anne-Marie. You can follow me anywhere on the internet at Popsicle Mike, or specifically on Twitter at Popsicle_Mike. I have a show called Friday Night Fights. You can find it on Twitter at FKF Tweets. It's about King Arthur. He's a dumb himbo. I wrote it. Check it out. I think it's pretty good. But if you don't want to support that, you can support my other podcast, which is Written in the Cars. That's at Cars Conspiracy on Twitter. And that's a show where I bring on guests and I talk about Pixar's Cars and how Lightning McQueen is extremely sexual. And that's, yeah. I promise we are coming out with season 2. I have I have episodes edited, ready to go up. We just want to do a little bit more stuff, but it's going to happen.
Heck yeah. And then I've been your storyteller for the day and all the NPCs and the likes there. Also, Taylor, you can find me at Potato on Blue Sky. You put underscores for and after on some other ones. I'm around. Yeah, I also am over on High Shelf Collective most of the time. I will be tomorrow. We will have the return of Die RPG. We got isekai'd into our own campaign, and it's terrifying, and we all hate it, and we got to get out. And hopefully we can do that in the next 3 episodes that we have left of this season. It is terrifying. I will also be let me just I'll bounce over the place. I'm gonna do it in order because I also have my calendar up. Every other Monday, you can find me on Lost Caravan playing Lancer Hell's Gate. Season 1 or 2 starts on Monday. We are in a new place called Hell's Gate, but we are the same bunch of assholes with the same problems. Actually, maybe more problems. It is very fun. We are not as much of an asshole as our It's Always Sunny Witcher that Taylor and I are in occasionally, but we are nearly that bad, but not quite that level. I will also be on the first Off the Shelf on the 7th over on High Shelf Collective. If you have ever wondered, hey, why aren't there more gay romance options in Mass Effect? Let me tell you, it's Fox's News fault. So come listen to me rant about that and how Fox News sucks. And they denied me a love interest of Jack, and I will never be over it. But guess what? There's mods. So I'm going to play it with mods and then be able to finally romance Jack. Can't wait. Because it was written in there. It's there. Anyway, we'll talk about it on the 7th. Come hang out. Obviously back here on the 9th, and then every other Saturday that is not Die, I'll be over in Lost Caravan playing Fabula Ultima. Also, wherever you listen to your podcasts, check out Bloom and Blight. This Girl by Midnight podcast that I am the GM for. It's super good. We just released our couple of holiday episodes, and we're on a little bit of a Christmas break before the rest of the season drops. So it's a perfect time to catch up. When our holiday episodes dropped, we had our record download day. So it's very exciting. So tell your friends, and let's just keep going with that, because guess what? We start recording season 2 on Sunday. So next Sunday. So it's coming. It's happening. You're going to get more content. Just go ahead and catch up. And then, yeah, that's pretty much that. I also have every other Wednesday, but only for a couple more. Werewolf and High Shelf Collective, and then the Crypta coming up. But that's 3 weeks away, and my brain can't work 3 weeks, only 2 weeks at a time. So we're not there yet. We are going to raid over to the Lost Caravan. So let's go show them some love. I think they're playing their Avatar game tonight, if I am correct. So let's go show them lots of love. And thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for playing. I love this game. It is absolute chaos, but also absolute feels, and I absolutely love it. I'm excited for this possible kidnapping, not by y'all, but Trojan horse, but also maybe not. I don't know fully what's going on. But
Whatever it is, it's gonna be good.
I think it's a Trojan horse. That kind of seems like the vibe. So we'll see. See you on Friday, everybody. Goodbye.